Next chapter in company law is Memorandum of Association. Memorandum of Association, it is the basic or primary or fundamental document of the company. It is a very important primary document of the company. In this document, it defines the powers of the company and lays down the area of operation of the company. This document regulates the external affairs of the company and defines the relationship of the company with outsiders. Memorandum is the foundation of the company. It is the foundation stone of the company upon which the entire structure of the company is built up. This is the simple definition of Memorandum of Association. The next aspect is contents of Memorandum of Association. The contents of Memorandum of Association is divided into 6 clauses. They are: the first one is the name clause, second one the situation clause, third one the object clause, fourth one the liability clause, fifth one the capital clause, sixth one the subscription clause or association clause. Okay, what is the name clause? Name clause contains the name of the company. In the name clause, the name of the company will be stated and the company must follow certain rules while selecting the name. The company must not select identical names. Identical names means similar names. For example, there is a company, then we can't select the same A company for our company as name. So we want to select some B company or C company. That is called identical name. That is a resembling names. The second one is undesirable names. Undesirable names is in the opinion of the central government, if any name is undesirable, then that name must not be adopted. The next one is the name of UNO, the name of WHO, the name of Prime Minister of India, the name of Chief Minister of India, the name of Mahatma Gandhi, like that. Those names must not be selected for the name of the company. Next, the word private limited or limited must be added at the end of the name of the company. In case of private company, the word private limited must be added, and in case of public company, the word limited must be added. This is regarding the name clause of the Memorandum of Association. The next one is the situation clause. In situation clause, the memorandum contains the address of the registered office of the company is stated in the situation clause. Next one is the object clause. In the object clause, the main objects or the purpose for which the company is formed must be stated, and the other objects for forming the company, that is the ancillary objects, are also stated. The next content in Memorandum of Association is the liability clause. The liability clause is nothing but the liability of the member is limited up to the face value of the shares held by them, which will be stated in this clause. The liability of the member in a company is generally limited. That is stated in the liability clause of memorandum. The next one is the capital clause. Capital clause contains the amount of authorized capital of the company with which the company is registered. The last clause in the memorandum is the subscription clause. In the subscription clause, it is a declaration, that is, the members of the company have formed the company for some lawful purpose and signed by the first 2 members in case of a private company and 7 members in case of a public company. And those signatories, they are called as the subscribers to memorandum. It is the declaration or an undertaking. This subscription clause, it is also called as association clause. This is regarding the contents of memorandum. Next aspect in the memorandum of association is the alteration of the memorandum. What is alteration? Alteration is nothing but changing the things in the memorandum of association. Memorandum is an important document and it is an unalterable charter. So to alter the memorandum, there are certain formalities to be followed, which is somewhat difficult. So while framing the contents of the memorandum, we want to be very careful in framing it. Otherwise, it is very difficult to alter. But in certain cases, we can alter the contents of the memorandum. So we are going to see how to alter the memorandum of association. First, number one is alteration of name clause. How we are going to change the name. If you feel that you want to change the name of the company, you want to undergo the following formalities. Number one is general change. General change is nothing but changing the name on your own. In this case, a special resolution is to be passed and the permission of the central government is required. After obtaining the permission from the central government, then you can change the name. Next one is the change of identical or undesirable names. Already I have told in the contents itself what is identical name and what is undesirable name. If you want to change the name of identical or undesirable names, then it will be under the direction of the central government. For those you don't want to get central government's permission, you want to pass ordinary resolution. Next, change of minor mistakes or spelling mistakes in name. For this you want to pass ordinary resolution. Then last one is the addition or deletion of the word private in the name of the company. For this, no government approval is required. In case of conversion of private into public or public into private, the name will be deleted or added. This is regarding alteration of name clause of the memorandum. After altering the name, you want to file with the registrar the proof for name alteration and you want to get fresh certificate of incorporation in the new name. This is regarding alteration of name. The next one is the alteration of situation clause. Situation clause is the address of the register office of the company. That is change of address. How you are going to change the address of a company. There are certain procedures. First, number one is for changing the register office within the same city. For that, a board meeting must be conducted and a resolution is passed in the board meeting and we can change the address of the register office of the company. Next one is for changing the register office of the company from one city to another city. That is, a special resolution must be passed for changing the register office from one city to another city. The next one is for changing the register office of the company from one state to another state. For this, a special resolution must be passed and the central government permission is required. In all the above cases, a notice of the change must be given to or submitted to the registrar within 30 days of such a change. This is regarding change of address or alteration of situation clause. The next one is the alteration of object clause. For this, a special resolution is to be passed for changing the purpose or object of the company. The object of the company is altered for certain purposes, that is for the benefit of the company, to carry on the business more effectively and economically, to enlarge the area of operation of the company, to amalgamate the business of the company. For these reasons, we can alter the object clause of the memorandum. The next alteration is regarding the alteration of liability clause. The liability of the member is generally limited in case of a company and it cannot be altered. Next one is the alteration of capital clause. Capital clause, it contains the authorized capital of the company. If the company want to increase the authorized capital, ordinary resolution is to be passed, and for reducing the capital, the special resolution and approval of the tribunal is required. The last one is the alteration of subscription clause. The subscription clause is a general undertaking or a declaration about the formation of the company. It cannot be altered. This is regarding alteration of memorandum of association. The next aspect is the doctrine of ultra vires. What is a doctrine? Doctrine means rule. Ultra vires. What is ultra vires? Ultra means beyond and vires means power. What is the relationship between memorandum and doctrine of ultra vires? That is, the company must do any act which is specified in the memorandum, because the memorandum is the charter of the company and the company must do the act specified in the memorandum only. If any act done beyond the memorandum, then it is called as ultra vires act, that is beyond the powers of the memorandum. So it is void, it is not enforceable, and it cannot be valid, treated as valid. This is called as doctrine of ultra vires. In case of ultra vires act, neither the company nor the outsider can enforce the act, and members can claim injunction. Injunction is stopping or temporary relief to stop the act, and the directors are personally liable for ultra vires act. This is the meaning of doctrine of ultra vires. Then the various types of ultra vires act. First one is acts ultra vires the Companies Act. Any act done beyond the Companies Act, it is void ab initio, because the companies are coming under the control of the Indian Companies Act. So any act done beyond the Companies Act, it is void ab initio. Void ab initio means invalid at the starting itself, at the inception itself. It is called as acts ultra vires the Companies Act. Next, second one is acts ultra vires the Memorandum of Association. Any act done beyond the memorandum, it is also void. It is not enforceable. Next, third one is acts ultra vires the articles but intra vires the memorandum. Any act done beyond the articles but within the powers of the memorandum, that is it which can be ratified by the shareholders. Ratified means approved by the shareholders in a meeting. Last one is the acts ultra vires the directors but intra vires the company, which is also can be ratified by the company, that it is approved by the company. This is regarding doctrine of ultra vires. I hope that you all understand the chapter Memorandum of Association. So if you are interested in my videos or in my lecture classes, you can please subscribe my channel, give your valuable comments and suggestions in the comment box, and you can like my videos. Thank you.